Okay, this is my review of episode 2 of The Last of Us, and once again another fantastic episode. I was right what I said about the first episode in being that the first episode was really long, but this one was about roughly just over an hour, so that was great. Don't want to spoil too much because obviously if you played the video game, you'll kind of know what actually happens. But one of the things that I liked about the second episode, to which they did in the first episode, it is that they added a more story to the actual story that was in the actual video game. So, for example, in the first maybe 15 minutes of the actual second episode, they give you a little bit of a backstory as to, which was a flashback as to what happened and kind of why the actual outbreak kind of happened and what kind of caused it. But then what they do is that they don't give you too much, because I guess that they're going to be showing you more what's going to be happening, or what happened before the outbreak in future episodes. But I did like how, as I said before, they showed they give you a little bit of how it all started, how it kind of started, and then that was kind of great. So I really enjoyed that. And again, that actually wasn't in the original video game itself, so I think that was great. Then we carry on with Ellie and the rest of them trying to make it to the Fireflies. Again, what they did with that particular story is that they actually fleshed out the story from the video game, which pretty much happens beat for beat in the actual game. But what they actually do, and what I'm liking what they're doing so far, is that they're adding more story and more context to how the narrative of the story played out in the actual video game. So you're kind of getting a lot more of added story and content, which was kind of really great about that particular episode. And then there's even some lines that some of the characters actually say in the actual video game, and then actually say it in the actual episode itself, which was really great. So that was really nice. So if you're a fan of the video game, you're kind of really going to kind of love that. Then we see we actually see the actual infected, because and then in any video game they come in 3 different stages, and obviously by the time they get into their final form, which is the bloaters, they're the most powerful versions of the infected, where they have the armor, and obviously they can spit acid, and obviously they can trying to take them down is kind of extremely difficult in the video game. So it's going to be I assume it's going to be like that in the actual series itself. So that was kind of great, seeing it. So, and then actually seeing the different infected totally close up. To me, it was actually kind of really creepy and scary. And they were creepy and scary in the actual video game of The Last of Us, but seeing it on the small screen and seeing them, especially when up close and when I have to sit there and take them on, it's even more creepy, because they look exactly like how they do in the video game, but more detailed and more realistic. There is a tragedy that happens by the time we get to the end of the episode, and for those of you, which happens to a particular character, and for those of you who've played the video game, you'll pretty much know who it is that this happens to. And yeah, it was kind of heart wrenching in terms of what happened, but you know, the sacrifice that the character made was kind of was really great. So the person's death didn't go in vain. But again, as I said before, the effects, the cinematography in the actual episode, again, I would say outstanding. It does feel like it's been lifted from the video game. and and in some ways I could argue that it's even more detailed and probably more creepy and even more scary. The way that the characters and even the infected are being portrayed on the actual small screen. So yeah, I'm really enjoying episode 2. Looking forward to seeing episode 3. So that's going to be kind of great. One little trivia about the show itself is that I'm trying to remember the actual Firefly leader, that the woman that hands over Ellie to our main protagonist of the actual series. She actually voiced the actual character in the Last of Us video game, and then she's playing the same character but live action in the actual episode. So I didn't know that until I was watching a featurette about episode 1. So it's the same actress, which is really cool, because I did think that her voice sounded very familiar. But yeah, I'm really enjoying The Last of Us so far. I mean, there's 9 episodes, I think. This is the 2nd episode, and next week will be the 3rd episode. But yeah, if you already haven't watched it, I'll definitely say check it out wherever you are in the world. So yeah, that's The Last of Us episode 2, season 1.